Good afternoon. I'm Dr. Fang, and this is my team, Drs. Chow and Moray. We are here today to talk about your heart condition, left ventricular hypertrophy. Essentially, the wall of the left ventricle of your heart is thicker than normal. For a visual, this is the left ventricular wall of a cow heart. Obviously, cow hearts are a lot bigger than human hearts, however, the structure is very similar. As you can see, the left ventricular wall, right here, is very thick in order to fulfill its function of pumping blood through the body. On a human heart, the left ventricular wall is about 1.2 centimeters, or about as wide as a pea. However, in a person like yourself who has left ventricular hypertrophy, the wall is greater than 1.5 centimeters thick, or closer to the size of about half a grape. When the wall is thicker, it is also stiffer and the ventricle is smaller, which makes it harder for the heart to pump blood.
Let's quickly talk about how the blood moves through the heart. The blood comes into the heart through the superior and inferior vena cava. The superior vena cava brings blood from the top half of the body, and the inferior vena cava brings the blood from the lower half of the body. The blood enters into the right atrium from here through the tricuspid valves into the right ventricle. From there, the deoxygenated blood then passes through the pulmonary valve into the pulmonary artery, which is designed specifically to carry blood that does not have oxygen. And this blood goes directly into the lungs. From the lungs, the now oxygenated blood moves into the pulmonary veins. From the pulmonary veins, the blood travels into the left atrium and then goes through the mitral and bicuspid valves into the left ventricle. From the left ventricle, the blood passes through the aortic valve and into the aortic trunk, where it is sent into the aorta and to the rest of the body. It is important for the left ventricle not to be stiff because the blood enters here before being pumped through to the aortic valve and eventually into the aorta, which pumps the blood to the rest of the body. Left ventricular hypertrophy causes blood to enter into the aorta after each pump of the heart, causing the heart to have to work much harder to get out a very small amount of output. Left ventricular hypertrophy can lead to diseases such as myocardial infarctions and even heart failure as the pressure in the heart increases rapidly. Some treatments that could be considered are a change in lifestyle, eating a more balanced diet, and choosing exercise. Another choice that could be made is surgery that can remove some of the thickness in the wall.